What is going on? Bam! Say what's up. What's up? Partying hard until 8 a.m. Come on, what's going on?
So I want to talk about something. My mom's always telling me I shouldn't brag in my videos about how much I make and stuff like that. And I want to be very honest. It's not my intention to brag. I want to just emphasize the fact of how successful I am. That's not an attempt to brag. That's to say, hey, look, you can do this too. You can do this. You can make this money. I promise you. Each and every one of you have the ability to do it. You have to put a lot of hard work into it. And I want to be very, very clear. I am humble. I'm humble to the fact that I know that when
Hey, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Sitting here editing videos, uploading videos. Getting a lot of messages. What are you doing? How are you doing tonight? Morning, whatever you want to call it. Look at this shit. Life of a content creator. Editing a video, uploading a video here, editing a video up there. It's craziness. I'm doing a video where I say, I am doing a video where I say, My mom has been telling me I shouldn't talk about how much money I make in videos. She doesn't like when I brag. But I am coming to you to tell you this. I have never had the intention to brag. The reason I tell you the amounts is because I want you to realize you can do it too, and you can. When it comes to being humble, I want to tell you, I know without a shadow of a doubt I couldn't do what I do without God. I have monitors right here mounted to the wall. That is a laptop. That's one computer system. There's another computer running the one on the wall. That's two different systems. Over here behind you, there is a background of my banner for my YouTube channel and the TNA World Heavyweight title, so I can shoot that for videos in the background. I couldn't do any of this or achieve it without the power of God, and I know that without a shadow of a doubt. I'm here to tell you, you can do it too. You can achieve your dreams. You can be a millionaire. You can do whatever you want. No one can stop you. No one can hold you back. All you have to do is work hard and you can achieve anything. Make a video description about this video. I also want you to add the story that I tell about how I used to be so poor that I worked for Uber Eats and I used to steal the food to survive. I got deactivated on Uber for doing just that, but I don't regret it at all because I later would go on to get on Spark Driver driving for Walmart where I would make $500 a week. I would get deactivated on there as well for sharing an account, which I never did, but I don't even envy that because it led to me doing junk removal where I make the most success I've ever had in my life. I also want you to add this to the description. What's going on? Can you repost the description? It didn't come through. Why does it? It keeps failing. I can't see what you're putting down. Also add this. I was in special needs school. I'm pretty dumb, pretty stupid, and I still achieved this. You can achieve anything you want. Add that to it. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How you doing? give me the best possible catchy title that will get clicks as possible. Sometimes $1,000 a day. Sometimes. What's going on? How's it going? Peace, peace, peace.
If there was no money involved, you would not do this. I see your cringe little videos. You are 100% a grifter, which is why get the bag, but like don't respect you at all. And anyways, it's so funny when I saw your little videos of your like live, and you're like, my brother keeps me up.
I'm gonna disprove that in
Genuine
5
question:
seconds.
did you ever just think about like not being an annoying little?
Another one for Cindy. Once I drop someone, we are going to go for one track. Oh my God. Stephanie, unmute your mic. You have 5 seconds. No one is saving you.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Thank you, host, for bringing me up. Thank you, Pearls, Ghost, Pretty Woman, Math, Black Baby, maybe IMD. Thank you guys so much for elevating me. Thank you to the comment section. Thank you guys. The game is getting so fun. Please save me. Please, my destiny helper. If you're watching, please save me. And if you do so, thank you and God bless you.
No one is saving Stephanie. Do you guys want her to go so sudden? Oh my.
Do you know what my YouTube channel is about? You don't remember previous conversations? Question mark. Okay, if I give you the link to my YouTube channel, can you tell me what it's about? And then give me a suggestion on new video ideas. Definitely not my channel. I don't know what you're looking at. Again, you're wrong. I have almost 9K subscribers. Okay, I need a video description for a video that is about this. I open the video saying my mom often tells me I shouldn't brag about how much money I make on my junk removal business. But I'm here to tell you, I'm not bragging. I simply do it as a way to express that you can achieve the goals too. You can make just as much money as me. I was in special needs classes as a young student in school, and I still achieved these monitors behind me, two computer systems running at the same time, a studio to film content in, and you can achieve anything you want. Your dreams can come true, and you deserve to believe in yourself. I'm here to tell you that nothing is impossible when you have God on your side. God bless each and every one of you, and I hope you succeed and fulfill all your dreams. Write a video description for this video. Give me a title for this video that is catchy and will get clicks. On my channel, I do videos about my junk removal business. Which is Kent's Junk Removal and Relocation of Furniture. We remove pianos, mattresses, indoor furniture, outdoor furniture, etc. We are in the service area of Eastern North Carolina. Our number is 910-650-3694. I also am a passionate TNA wrestling fan. I despise the WWE. I despise AEW. I think wrestling should be more like TNA wrestling, and I love the product. I think TNA is the best wrestling on the face of the earth. I think most other products really are bad and don't deserve the credit that they get. I think TNA is underrated, and I am vocal about it. I have controversial opinions, like Eddie Guerrero was a pill popper, not a hero. Like Owen Hart was murdered by the WWE. I often have hot takes. I am known as Kent Controversy Jones. I present myself as a passionate TNA wrestling fan who just happens to own a junk removal business. I want you to tell me what my channel truly is about and what I should do more videos on. What should be my next video? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What is up? What is up? What about if I do a video where I say that they're from fan questions, even if they're really not, and they're from ChatGPT, and you tell me some questions that you think would be good for me to answer on video? Give me a list of 100 questions you want me to answer. I will answer them all on video. Tell me what your thoughts about me doing this is. want to answer a ridiculous amount of questions. So just tell me how many you think I should answer. And I want the video link to be 20 minutes long, so that's what I'm aiming for. What if I get to 20 minutes and I've only answered 4 questions? I'm thinking if I answer set amounts of questions and get to 20 minutes, I can just basically introduce the video saying that at the end of 20 minutes I will wrap it up, no matter how many questions I've asked, but there's 100 on the list, and then I will continue the series until I get to 100. Okay, I will do that exactly. So give me the 100 question list. Make it good. Yeah. Steelbell, come on. Come on, Steelbell. Come on, girl. Something wrong? Mom, is something wrong? What's going on? You got a tick? Who ran it?
Right here.
How you get one too? Where are we getting them from?
Out in the yard, here. I can't get to it. Be careful. Yeah?
Yeah.
I was sleeping and it started itching and hurt. I could see it, but I couldn't do nothing about it. That means you gotta really watch Alexander playing outside.
Go get one, Mom.
Don't put them right there, hang them on that side of that drawer.
Damn, that must be wrong. Yeah, because I got one and you got one. They're pretty much same place. Why they get in the same place on both of us? They crawl up our pants leg, don't they?
I don't know, but I don't like that.
Oh. I'm gonna go make a 20-minute video and then I'm gonna come inside.
Alright, I'm probably in bed.
Alright. Should I be more transparent and more honest and just say I asked ChatGPT to come up with 100 questions based off what it knew about me, and these are the questions that it came up with? Should I be more transparent like that? Okay, just so you know, my company is Kent Junk Removal and Relocation of Furniture. We remove pianos mattresses, indoor furniture, outdoor furniture, etc. My phone number is 910-650-3694. Call if you have junk to be removed in Eastern North Carolina. Can you add that into it? All right, just ask the 100 questions on a list. So here we go. So, for those of you who don't know, I am Kent Controversy Jones. That's my moniker. And I own Kent's Junk Removal and Relocation of Furniture. Oh, shit, that's popping up on the screen. We remove pianos, mattresses, indoor furniture, outdoor furniture, etc. And we operate in Eastern North Carolina. So if you have junk and you want it removed, you can call 910-650-3694. So what are we here for today? Well, this is going to be a series of videos that I'm going to put out, and this is basically what I've decided to do. I've asked ChatGPT for 100 questions to ask me based off my personality and what my channel is out. I asked it to research my channel. It researched my channel and it came back with these 100 questions. I'm going to answer them in 20-minute segments. So when this video hits 20 minutes, I will then call it quits on this one, and I will have the next series, next video about the 100 questions. So that's where we're at. And I'm going to try to move that camera so my timer is actually not right on the lens. The light of my laptop was actually making it where I couldn't see the time. So there we go. Now I can see the time is at 1 minute and 28 seconds. And here we go. We're going to start with question number 1. How much money do you make doing junk removal? Well, that obviously varies based on each job. So I'll just say the high end and low end. I think the most I've ever cleared, the most I ever cleared was probably $3,000, and that was because the job paid $2,000, and it was recently too, and we removed an entire gym. We rented the U-Haul and hired someone, so there was a lot of overhead, but we also were able to sell all the equipment for $1,000, which was dirt cheap because the equipment was probably worth $10,000. So after we sold the equipment, we cleared probably $3,000. Now let's talk about what no one wants to talk about: the low-end jobs and the more likely jobs. which is $100 to get rid of a mattress. We come pick your mattress up and we get $100. Those are common and those are usually every single day. I can get that job every single day. But at least it's consistent and it does pay the bills. So that is the most I make, and I actually added to it and gave you the least I make, which is usually $100 a job. And when I get those jobs, I like to do like 3 or 4 of them, and that's that. Anyways, next question. What's your most profitable job ever? I've already told you that, so I'll just skip. What's the hardest job you've ever done? It was my very first one. We went to this house and we had to remove these couches, and I learned to ask for pictures, ask for descriptions, and this is why. We had to take 2 sleeper sofas from the 2nd floor down a winding staircase, and we handed the couches over the balcony. My mom, who works with me every day, stood up top and lowered the mattress down, and I caught it. It was so fucking scary. But other jobs that are notable mentions is we took a piano down 4 flights of stairs, and the back porch was rotten on the 4th floor. The other porch parts were stable, but the top floor was rotten, and we had to stand on the beams as the piano began to fall through the floor. Highly dangerous, very scary. And we ultimately tore the piano down to nothing but the harp, and we slid it upside down the stairs, 1 staircase at a time, until we got down all 4. I was at one end. She was holding it with all her might from sliding down. I was pushing up, trying to keep it to not go as fast and keeping me from pushing my ass off the side of the balcony, which was my worst fear. That's pretty much some of the hardest things I've ever done in junk removal. And it's all happened in the past year because I haven't been doing this very long. And in the scheme of things, I haven't been doing this very long. So anyways, what do you charge for a typical job? Well, if I unload a U-Haul one way, it's at least $500. If I do both, it's $1,000. So it's different based on the job. $100 to remove a mattress, and if I factor in distance I have to travel. So I usually do $100 for an hour's worth of travel. So if I have to travel an hour, I charge another $100. I don't know how to answer that question, but that's the best I can try to do it. And I hope I did. Hope I did a good job with that. What equipment do you need to start? You need a pickup truck. You need a good fucking back, and you need some muscles. Okay, I'll go fast with that one and just call that one done. What's the biggest mistake beginners make? They don't ask for pictures on a job. That's the biggest one. Is junk removal actually a good business? It's a great fucking business. It is an awesome fucking business. There's a lot of money to be made, but it is very, very hard work. What's the weirdest thing you... Hold on, let me scroll down. Oh, I scrolled too far. I'm sorry, I'm losing my spot. Damn, I lost my spot. Sorry about this. What's the weirdest thing you've ever picked up? God, that's hard. The weirdest thing I've ever picked up is like one piece of a bed. Just one piece. And she hired us like 5 times in a row, and we picked up one piece, got paid $100 each time we went and picked it up, and we picked up one piece at a time. That was weird. What's the dirtiest job you've ever done? Fayetteville. We did a job in Fayetteville. It was a clean out. It was a hoarder house. Have you ever turned down a job? Why? Yeah, I've turned down thousands of jobs because they're not profitable. They can't make money doing them. What's your busiest day ever looked like? Recently we did 2 pianos in one day, so that's pretty busy. I don't know. I try not to think about that. Sometimes we work till 11 o'clock at night, from 6 in the morning till 11 at night. Do you work alone or with the team? I've already answered that. I work with my mom most of the time, and sometimes we hire people. What's the most underrated part of your business? The amount of money you can make is very underrated. What's the most stressful part of your business? Every part is stressful. How do you price your jobs? How much I think I can make off of it? Like I said, distance. That's another big one. What's something customers don't understand? How fucking hard stuff is. Have you ever lost money on a job? Yes, I've lost money on a job. What's your biggest business regret? Not doing this when I was much younger. When I wish I would have started doing this when I was a teenager. Because it's great. What's your proudest business moment? Opening my YouTube studio. When I realized I could do it and I had enough money to actually open up my studio. And I'm not done yet. I'm going to put my son's side. He's going to be in my studio. He's going to have his own computer with his own setup. I got things planned like having the road, because he's a child. He's 5 years old. Having the Roblox logo in the background. Mine with the wrestling theme, his with the child theme. But also in the same little building I got. That's the dream, and I'm so glad I achieved it. I'm proud of that. How did being in special needs classic affect you? Early on, being in special needs classes made me just understand that life will criticize you, and people will tell you can't do things. I was told in school that I'd be a janitor, and that's all I would ever achieve. I literally was told that by a teacher that I would be a janitor, and obviously that's not true. I make a lot more money than she ever made. So that is what it is. What motivates you to prove people wrong? Money, God. What was your lowest point? Lowest point, I had mental breakdown. I seen dinosaurs. I directed traffic standing in my underwear. I had some really low points in life. I lost my mind. I got on medicine that corrected it, and which is Abilify, Raspadone, and lithium, which are very powerful drugs if you know about what those drugs are. So I've been on some powerful drugs. I'm on some powerful drugs to keep my mental illness under check. But yeah, I've had low points, and you can overcome anything. God is strong, and God is powerful. What motivates you to prove people wrong? I don't have no choice but to prove people wrong because people say I can be nothing. What was your lowest point? I already said mental illness. Standing in the middle of an intersection in my underwear directing traffic was pretty much of a low point. When did things start changing for you? The second I discovered junk removal. That's when things started changing. What influences you the most? Professional wrestling. Professional wrestling influences me the most. It inspires me. It makes me go into a fantasy land. It takes me out of the crazy world that we live in, and it puts me in a good place mentally. What does success mean to you? Everything. Everything. It means I can provide for my son, provide for my mom, provide for my family. Success means everything to me. I just want to be successful. What's something people misunderstand about you. That I like to brag, it's not true. I like to tell people that you can do it too, and I often will say how much money I make, but I'm often just saying, hey, look, you can do this too. If I did it, you can do it. I was in special needs classes, so if I'm in special needs classes and you're not in special needs classes, you can obviously achieve more than me. That's why I do it. What's the biggest insecurity? My biggest insecurity? I don't really have insecurities. I'm pretty confident person. What are the most proud of? What are you most proud of in your life? My son. My son. What keeps you going on hard days? My son. What keeps you going on? What would you tell your younger self? Get in jump removal as soon as possible. Do you feel like you made it? Yes, I've made it. What's your daily routine like? Get up early as fuck. Don't sleep a lot. Don't sleep much at all. What habits changed your life? I love wrestling. It's changed my life. Wrestling is my passion. Do I need to move this? Because I'm not looking into the camera. I don't know if that bothers you. I'll do it like this. Maybe that'll help. Okay. What's something you're still working on? Oh my God. I'm working on my relationship with God. Working on my relationship with my mom. Working on my relationship with my son. Working on my business, working on trying to grow my business, working on yard sales, working on day-to-day life. I'm always working on something. I'm constantly working on everything. What's your biggest fear? Failing. Failing is my biggest fear. What drives you every day? My son, being successful. What do you want to be remembered for? My passion for professional wrestling and how I maybe had a little bit of influence on the wrestling industry with my podcast, with my personality, and also I'd like to be remembered for a YouTube content creator. A content creator, not just a YouTube, because I was a content creator way before I was a YouTube content creator. What's your most controversial wrestling opinion? Eddie Guerrero is a pill popper. He's not a hero. Who is the most overrated wrestler ever? John Cena. But also I respect him, so it's kind of weird. Who is the most underrated wrestler ever? Mike Santana. Is modern wrestling worse than before? Yes. What's wrong with wrestling today? It's run by WWE, and it's horrible. What did TNA do better than everyone else? They are focused on professional wrestling. They didn't get lost in being a prostitute to corporate companies, and they didn't fall into that trap. So it is what it is. I know I said I was only going to go 20 minutes. I'm going to do this all the way through. I'm going to go all the way because I'm enjoying this. What wrestlers get too much credit? John Cena gets too much credit, but again, what wrestlers deserve more respect? Mike Santana. What's the biggest lie fans believe? WWE is the best. Do fans ruin wrestling? No, they're allowed to be there themselves. What's your opinion on today's wrestling style? It sucks. The whole AEW spot monkey style, which means jumping all over the fucking place and not having moves that mean anything anymore. That's what really sucks. What was the wrestling's best era? The NWO, New World Order, baby. New World Order. NWO. What was wrestling's best era? The NWO. I'll say it again. Should wrestling be more realistic? Absolutely. They should touch on more stuff like the Mike Santana storyline with the drugs and going to rehab. I really think that's really what wrestling should be. That's what's only thing is better is that Mike Santana's storyline is beats anything that was in the '90s, which was the best era in wrestling, but it doesn't do it enough. What's the best storyline ever? The NWO. The Mike Santana storyline is right up there with it, but the NWO is the best storyline ever. What's your take on wrestling deaths being glorified? Oh, it's horrible. Do you think some wrestlers are treated like heroes when they shouldn't be? Yes, Eddie Guerrero is treated like a hero, when really the real heroes are the Owen Harts who died because he was murdered by the WWE or ratings so they could win the Monday Night Wars. And it's just horrible, horrible, horrible shit. And I really hate it. What's your opinion on Eddie Guerrero? I've already said it. He's a pill popper. He's a drug addict, and he doesn't deserve to be classified as a hero. But I'm sure he was an okay human being. But I really get caught up in the fact that he gets presented as a hero. What's your opinion on Owen Hart? He's a fucking legend in the ring. He never became what he could have been because he was murdered by the WWE. And he should have been world heavyweight champion. He should have never died. Do you think WWE has done wrong to wrestlers? Hell yeah, WWE's done wrong to wrestlers. They've destroyed wrestlers. They've killed wrestlers. They're responsible for 90% of the deaths in wrestling. TNA is underrated. Why? Every reason I can think of why TNA is underrated. They're underrated because they produce the best product with Mike Santana storylines. They're underrated because they treat wrestlers better than any other company. They're underrated because they present the best product. They're underrated. They're underrated because of the X Division. They're underrated because of Ultimate X. They're underrated because of their creative ability. They're underrated because they have such a legendary story. They're underrated because they're the underdog that was told they couldn't do it but always did. They're underrated because of Six Sides of Steel. They're underrated because of Lockdown. I gotta stop because I can go all day long. What would fix wrestling today? If TNA Wrestling was the #1 brand in wrestling, it would fix wrestling today. Who would you build a company around? Mike Santana. What makes a wrestler truly great? Mike Santana telling the truth about his drug addiction. I think that makes him great. What's something fans don't want to hear? That Eddie Guerrero is a pill popper. Did you think people make too many excuses? Yes. What superstar winners from losers? What separates winners from losers? Being told you can't and just accepting defeat. How important is mindset? Everything is about mindset. How important is faith in your success? It's very important. What role has God played in your life? He saved my life. Do you think success is for everyone? Yes, and it's possible for everyone. What's stopping most people from succeeding? They believe that they believe what they've been told that they are going to fail, and they just buy into it. Do you believe anyone can become successful? Hell yeah, anybody can become successful. Anybody, no matter who you are, no matter where you've been or what you've done, you can become successful. Whether you've been to prison, if you're not dead yet, you can become successful. I don't care if you're on death row, you can write a book and you can still be successful. What advice would you give someone starting from nothing? You can achieve anything. What's the truth about hard work? It pays off. Do you think people are too comfortable? Yes. What sacrifices did you make? Well, in relations to what Jesus made, it's nothing. What motivates you more than fear or faith? Nothing. Faith is everything. How do you stay disciplined? I just stay humble. I realized that I couldn't do it without God. What does never give up really mean to you? You can't give up because you'll die, or you won't be successful, which is pretty close to being dead. Do you think success changes people? No, because if it's real success, it is what motivates you. It brings you. Because if you're rich, that doesn't mean you succeeded. It means you're rich, but it doesn't mean you succeeded. To succeed, you have to have a relationship with God. I think that's what's very important. But some people don't see it like that, and those people are wrong. What's your message for people who feel stuck? You can get out of it. You can truly succeed. You can come from mental illness. You can come from directing traffic in your underwear to owning your own company. You can come from that. You can succeed from that. How do you handle criticism? Fuck them. Middle fingers. What's your message to people who feel stuck? Or that? Do you care what people think about you? Hell no. I don't care not even a little bit what people think about me. What does winning mean to you? Everything. What's one belief that changed your life? I didn't give a fuck what anybody thought. What's your message to your audience? I'm authentic and I'm real, and what you get is what you see, and it's real to the point, and it's true. Why should people believe in themselves? Because that's the only person they have to believe in other than God. What's the final message you want to leave people with? I want to leave you with this. You can achieve anything you want. Anything, and I truly mean anything. God is with you. All you have to do is ask for him, and he will come. I promise you. If you want your own company, you can do it. If you want to be the biggest, if you want to be if you want to be WWE World Champion or TNA World Champion or President of the United States, you can do it, and nothing can stop it unless you're not a U.S. citizen. But 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 then again, you can change the law and make it possible. If you really have enough passion, you can do anything. You can do anything. God bless each and every one of you. I'm King Controversy Jones, and I hope you enjoy this 100 session question of 100 questions I answered for you. God bless each and every one of you. I love you. I love you all a whole lot. Check out my company, and we remove piano. But if you're anywhere from Norfolk, Virginia to Myrtle Beach, as far west as Raleigh, and as far east as the Outer Banks, we'll come get your junk. If the money is right, the muscles will get tight. I guarantee it. I love you. Thank you. See you in the next one. There you have it. I just answered 100 questions. I didn't stop, and I went over 20 minutes. Tell me what your thoughts is and give me a description. First, give me your thoughts, then give me a description. What I'm desperate for is watch time. So I was thinking a long video could give me watch time, even if they only watch a certain point or skim through it. I could get some watch time out of it.
So, for those of you who don't know, I am Kent Controversy Jones. That's my moniker. That is the most I make, and I actually price your jobs. How much I think I can make off of it. Like I said, distance. That's another big one. What's something customers don't understand? How fucking hard stuff is. Have you ever lost money on a job? Yes, I've lost money on a job. What's your biggest business regret? Not doing this when I was much younger. When I wish I would have started doing this when I was a teenager. Because it's great. What's your proudest business moment? Opening my YouTube studio. When I realized I could do it and I had enough money to actually open up my studio. And I'm not done yet. I'm gonna put my son's site. He's gonna have to be in my studio. He's gonna have his own computer. I got things like having to work because he's a child. Background mine.
Okay, write me a video description for this video. Give me a description for a video that is inspiring and uplifting where I tell people they can succeed. Give me a video description for a video that says you're inspiring and uplifts people and I tell them they can succeed. I need a video description. Give me a video title for that video. What is a video title for that video? What is a video title for that video? What is a video title for that video? Now give me a description for the 100. Now give me a video description for the video about 100 questions being asked from ChatGPT. Peace out, y'all.